Hello, my name is Randy Forrest, and I'm a horticulture agent for Pulaski County. Today we're going to be at the 4-H Center demonstration garden, and we will show you the proper way to prune apple and pear trees.
That when we're pruning anything, whether it's ornamental or fruit trees or small fruits such as blueberries, blackberries, that we sterilize our pruning shears between trees or shrubs. And this is going to prevent us from passing on diseases or anything to the next shrub. And again, that's for anything, even lopping shears. So to do that, we want to make sure that we have like alcohol, rubbing alcohol. And what we do is take some alcohol, put it on a towel, just like this, or you can actually buy spray too. And we take it, douse it, and we clean the anvil and the blade on the pruning shears. You clean it very, very well. Then after you wiped it down with alcohol, then we go through, take another one and dry it. And again, we're trying to dry off all the wet alcohol. Now, it's very important we do this between cuts on our trees and our shrubs. But it's also very important after we finish pruning, we clean it again, but we spray it with either a mineral oil or a WD-40. And the reason being because alcohol will cause the mechanisms to rust. And we do not want to ruin a good pair of shears. So again, we have a choice. You can just use mineral oil, rub it on there, pour it on there. Especially where the connections are on the blade. And that's the mechanism for the pruning shears. We wipe it off, completely dry, and then that way we know this prevents it from rusting. A lot of people will not use mineral oil, they'll just use something as simple as WD-40, which is really easy to use because as you can imagine, you can really get in here and spray the pruning shears or whatever mechanism you're using really well, work it in, and then do the same thing. Make sure it is completely dry and it's ready to store. You're getting ready to prune an apple tree. It will be pruned differently from your peach and your plum. An apple and a pear are pruned the same way. On an apple tree and a pear tree, you're going to find your main terminal branch, the main branch. You want it to continue up all the way in the center of the tree. The branching around it should be like spokes on a wagon wheel. You want to rotate them around as you go around that terminal branch. So what we're going to be doing in here is selecting our terminal trunk, which I think is going to be this one. And then I'm going to go through and start cleaning out all these water sprouts and then select my scaffolding branching. This one in the middle is going to be my terminal branch. So from here, this is where I'm going to keep. This is the main branch I'm going to keep through this entire life of this tree. The scaffolding branches are the ones that go around this terminal branch. These will be our fruiting branches. So this will be a scaffolding branch. This will be one. And then the water branching, the water sprouts, we're going to be taking them off because this is what's taking energy away from the tree because it's going to have leaves and fruit. So we want to eliminate those. So right now we've selected our terminal. We more or less know where our scaffolding fruit branches are going to be. And then we're going to clean this tree up. Okay, so when we're looking at this tree, the easiest thing to do first is go through the little water sprouts that we discussed earlier and clean them out of the tree. It's going to give you a better visual picture of the tree structure. And so it's a lot easier to analyze and look it over to see, okay, this is what I need to do. So again, we went through and cleaned out most of the water branching on this tree first, the water sprouts. So now we're going to look and start working on our lateral fruit branching, which is the main branches coming off of the terminal. And then what we'll do with that is trim back. Again, we want to keep this tree where we can manage it for spraying and picking fruit. So we'll bring back the top a little bit just to control that height. Okay. When I'm selecting my lateral fruit branches off the terminal, I'm going to look for the most viable branch on here, the thickest, healthiest branch. Because the stronger the branch is, the more it's going to hold up to the fruit load of the apple trees when they start producing apples. If you notice on this limb right here, this is one of my scaffolding fruit branches. We had 3 limbs coming out of it. I'm looking at them and I think I'm going to select the middle limb. So these other 2 side limbs come out. And again, we're planning for this as tree matures and gets older. We want to make sure that we have strong branching to hold up the future apple production of the tree. So, as you're looking at this tree, we have our main terminal branch that we're going to continue to grow. Right now, it's at the height that I want it to be. So next year's growth, I'll be taking this down because I'm planning on spraying this tree and I'm planning on picking fruit off this tree. So I want to make sure it's where I can manage it. And another good thing about these trees is we have them on dwarf rootstock. So they're actually a more dwarf tree. They're not a standard tree. So actually, the size of it will be controlled by the rootstock.